I was 12 years old when my mom and dad decided to take myself and siblings back home to Ghana for the very first time. At this point in time, at 12 years old, I'd already decided that I wanted to become a doctor due to my love for people and my love for science. So when we were packing our clothes to go to Ghana, I decided to put in a first aid kit for the journey. Now, we went to my dad's village, and my dad, just being so proud of his children, told everyone that this was the young doctor. The young doctor had arrived. The young doctor was here, and everybody was calling me a doctor. So much so that, a week or two after that, one of my dad's older cousins came bringing his daughter to me that his daughter had an irritation on her skin that had been irritating her for days. I decided to go to my bag and took out my antiseptic cream from my first aid kit and applied it to her irritation. A few days later, the dad and his daughter came with so much happiness that the irritation had gone. And it was then that I knew it was my calling to help people. Coming back to the UK, I went through the educational system. I did my degree in biomedical science, my master's in hematology, and I decided to apply for graduate medicine. I studied so hard, did all-nighters. When the results came back, my heart was broken when I found out that I had failed by only 4 marks. The dream of becoming a doctor was shattered. I couldn't see myself going through this whole experience again. So I decided that I was going to settle for working in the medical industry in a different capacity. So after going through different careers, I ended up working as a medical science liaison for some of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. But in 2017, my entrepreneurial spirit caused me to leave the 9-to-5 in order to pursue financial freedom for myself and my family. And the year 2018 is a year that I would never forget. In this year, I was married around 3 years. I had 2 beautiful children at the time. But certain business decisions caused me to lose everything. Shattered, my back was against the wall. I had fallen flat on my face. I had lost everything. This was the biggest storm of my life. But I was told that when you are on the floor, just make sure that you fall on your back so that you look up. Because when you look up, you can get up. And I made a decision that not all storms come to destroy, but some come to clear your path. Clearing your path to making a decision. Now, the word decide means to kill off. Suicide means to kill off oneself. Homicide means to kill off somebody else. Pesticide means to kill off insects. When you decide, you kill off any other alternative. And today, I have decided that I am Michael Agyei.
If there's a question of my heart, you got it. Don't belong to anyone but me. If there's a question of my love, you got it. Baby, don't worry, I got plans for you. Baby, I've been making plans. Oh, love. Oh, baby, I've been making plans for you. Yeah, baby, I've been making plans.
I need you in the morning, but I need you now. Yeah. I find you, I give you all you need. I know I can lie. I feel it coming. Time is of the essence. I try to teach you, but I need some lessons. I need to give it all. I got to live what I got. I don't know why you're the one. Turn me out of my mind. You don't need no other. You don't need no other body. Only you can rock my body.
Well, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you are doing well. I'd like to welcome everyone to this 5-day masterclass. 5 days. It's going to be an absolutely incredible 5 days, and I look forward to sharing with each and every one of you across all the platforms. So we're going to get straight into. We have an absolutely incredible session for you all. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Agyei, and I am the CEO and founder of Inside Job Academy. You know, this academy is simply here to be able to help you achieve your goals and your dreams. Whether you are a business owner, whether you're somebody looking to go to the next step in your career, or just looking for that purpose and meaning, we are here to support you to be able to achieve it. You know, my mentor, Bob Proctor, has simply been studying the mind, success, and high capacity for the last 60 years. And a mentor is somebody who can see potential in you and guide you to be able to achieve whatever it is that you want to be able to achieve. Now, you have to understand that there are universal laws and principles that govern the way everything works. For example, the laws of gravity, you know, that if you throw something up in the air, it must come back down. And there's so much laws that govern our life, govern who we are. And indeed, there are laws to success. Now, I want you to really think about some of these questions that I'm going to be asking you today. So who are you? How do you think? What are your beliefs? What are your habits and traits? How do you really feel about yourself? I'm asking questions like, how confident are you in yourself? How well do you relate to others? How much do you trust others? Do you truly feel that you deserve wealth? What is your ability to act in spite of fear, in spite of worry, in spite of inconvenience, in spite of discomfort? Can you act when you're not in the mood? Now, you have to understand that the fact is that your character, your thinking, and your beliefs are a critical part of what determines the level of your success. I'm going to say that again. The fact is that your character, your thinking, and your beliefs are a critical part of what determines the level of your success. And the vast majority of people simply do not have the internal capacity to create and hold, whether it's large amounts of money, whether it's their goals and their dreams. They do not have that internal capacity to even create and hold the results that they want. And increase challenges that go with the success. And that is the primary reason why they don't have money. That's the primary reason why they don't achieve their goals. That's the primary reason why they feel stuck. Let's take lottery winners, for example. You know, it's a known fact that 95% of individuals who win the lottery will lose it after 5 years, between 0 to 5 years. You know, individuals who have been striving, working all their life in pursuit of wealth, when they're given to it, they lose it. And on the other hand, the opposite occurs for self-made millionaires. Notice that when a self-made millionaire loses their money, they usually get it back within a relatively short period of time. And this is why it's important to understand that it's not enough to be in the right place at the right time. Many people say it's opportunities. I am not where I need to be because I didn't get the opportunities that you got. But it's not enough to be at the right place at the right time. You need to understand that you have to be the right place, the right person in the right place at the right time. Now, when we look at a tree, we see a beautiful tree, and a tree has so many fruits on its leaves. Now, every tree has roots that are invisible, roots that can't be seen. Now, if a farmer comes and wants to change the fruits, they can't go around plucking the fruit off, hoping that a different fruit is going to grow. If it's an apple tree, they can't go away plucking away the apples and hope and wish that oranges are going to form. In order for you to change the fruits, you are going to have to change the roots. In order for you to change the fruits, and in this case, the fruits represents your results. Many people are looking at the results that they have right now, whether it be their relationships, whether it be their income, whether it be their health. These are all results. And you can't change your results by trying to change the leaves. The only way you're going to be able to change your results is to change the roots. And notice that the roots are invisible. So in order for you to change what is visible, you're going to have to change what is invisible. Money is a result. Wealth is a result. Health is a result. Illness is a result. Your weight is a result. We live in a world of cause and effect. And this is the reason why over the next 5 days, I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can change the roots. I'm going to be showing you exactly how you're going to be able to change what is invisible that would automatically change the visible. So, there are three essential questions that we are going to answer. Question number 1. How does your self-image, or how does my self-image impact my life? How is self-image formed? So let's make sure that it's still showing. I hope it's still showing. So how does self-image impact my life? How is self-image formed? And how is self-image changed? That is what we're going to be looking at today. Now, you have to understand that one of the most powerful aspects of the human body is the mind. Regardless of your religion, regardless of leaders across different centuries have all agreed with one thing, that you become what you think about. That your mind is the most powerful aspect of the human body. You control your mind, you control everything. Now, there's a philosopher who came up with this image to describe the mind. You know, nobody has ever seen the mind before, so nobody knows what the mind looks like. But this image is just a visual representation to help you to understand some of the functionalities of the mind. Now, you have to understand that your mind isn't in your brain. Your mind is in your fingernails as much as it is in your brain. It's in your every cell of your body. And this is called the stick person. That's going to be used to help you to really understand the mind. Now, this circle here represents the mind. And there's two important parts of the mind. You have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. And then you have in the stick person, the body.
So putting it all together, you see the mind, and it also represents a figure person, yeah? But the mind is not in the head, it's everywhere. But this is a visual representation. Now, here at the top part of your mind, you have your conscious mind. And then you have your subconscious mind, which then impacts the body, which then gives you your results. Now let's look at deep into the conscious mind. What's your conscious mind about? Well, this is your thinking mind. When you sit down and you think, you consciously think. This is your educated mind, your intellect. This is all part of your conscious mind. With your conscious mind, you get to choose. You get to make judgment. You get to decide with your conscious mind. You get to accept or reject. When a thought comes, you can either accept that thought or you can reject that thought. With your conscious mind is where you originate thoughts and originate ideas. When you're sitting down and you're trying to come up with ideas, you're using your conscious mind to do so. But your subconscious mind is your emotional mind. Yeah? And with your subconscious mind is one of the most powerful parts of your mind. You must accept everything. Your subconscious mind cannot reject or accept. It just accepts everything. It cannot determine the difference between that which is real and that which is imagined. That's when you dream, and you dream, maybe you're having a nightmare. Your subconscious mind is working, and it starts to raise the temperature of your body. You start to sweat. It increases your heart as if that event is happening there and then. It cannot determine the difference between what is real and what is imagined. And what happens in your subconscious mind then affects your body. It determines the vibration of your body. And that vibration of your body then determines your results. Now, there was a psychologist called Viktor Frankl. Now, he was in Germany at the time when Nazi Germany were ruling, and he was captured by the Nazis and put into a concentration camp. And what he witnessed was atrocious, as many of you know. Those who really know about the Holocaust, over 6 million Jews, were killed in the Nazi concentration camps. Victor saw the majority of his family being killed. Terrible. If this happened to anybody, this would absolutely destroy them. But Victor made a decision that they can take so much freedoms away from him, his freedom to be able to move as he pleases, to eat what he wants. But he said there was one freedom that you couldn't take away from him. He said that everything can be taken from a man. But one thing, the last of the human freedoms, is to choose one's attitude in any given circumstances, to choose one's own way. Now, he coined the term proactive. He said that you can either be proactive or reactive when it comes to how you respond to things. When you're reactive, you blame other people and circumstances for obstacles or problems. But being proactive means you are taking responsibility for every aspect of your life. He said that you can take away all my freedoms, but I have the ability to choose what I think. And I want you, for those who are taking notes, to write down that you have the ability to choose your thoughts. That you must be proactive and take responsibility for every aspect of your life, including your current results. Many of us go around blaming people and things for the reason why we are where we are. Even when people do things to you personally, you have the responsibility to take it personal. Viktor Frankl said, everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, and that's the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given circumstances, to choose one's own way. In the midst of being in a concentration camp, in the midst of seeing the majority of his family being brutally murdered, he decided to use his mind to imagine himself outside of the four walls of this concentration camp. He was able to use his God-given gift, the most powerful weapon of the human, to imagine himself living the life of his dreams. That freedom wasn't able to be taken away from him. So here we have the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, when it comes to the conscious mind, how do thoughts come in? How do we get to choose? Well, this is done through your five senses. What you see, what you hear, what you smell, what you taste, and what you touch. Each of these channels brings in an energy into your conscious mind, your intellectual mind. And the repetition of this information, the repetition of these channels, the emotional impact is what then suppresses into your subconscious mind and forms what we call the paradigm. I want you to write this word down, the paradigm. Now, what is the paradigm? The paradigm is a collective or a group of habits and ideas that controls you. Habits that controls you subconsciously. Now, you have to understand that as an infant, you are yet to develop your conscious mind. Your conscious mind is what allows you to accept or reject. That's your intellectual mind. You can accept and reject whatever you hear, whatever you see, whatever you touch. But as an infant, you are yet to develop your conscious mind. Now, for that reason, whatever comes in goes straight into your paradigm. Whatever comes in as an infant goes straight into your subconscious mind, which then forms your results. So whether it's radio, other people, TV, news, and paper. This is why, and you have to understand that the subconscious mind is so powerful. Whatever you get there, like, it has no limits. Your subconscious mind has the ability to remember everything from when you were born till now. Your subconscious mind has stored all that information. This is why sometimes when you smell certain smells, it can trigger a memory that, you know what, I remember this smell. Why? Because your subconscious mind has brought that information up to your conscious mind where you can actively remember. Or when you've been to a certain place, you get a feeling that I may have been here before, I have seen, that's what happens. This is why babies, they say, have the capacity to be able to learn up to 6 languages as a child. Now, your paradigm as a child, there are certain influences that cause you to form this paradigm. The first is your verbal programming, what you hear. This is why when you speak to children, be careful what you say to them, because the constant repetition, you are bad, you will never be successful, it goes straight into their subconscious mind, and all they do is act it out. So growing up, for you to understand your results, think about what are the words that you heard growing up, whether it be about money, whether it be about your health. Well, in our family, all of us have diabetes. All of us have diabetes. And that's all you heard as a child. So what happens, it goes into your subconscious mind and all you do is act it out. In our family, we are always poor. We never have money. Our granddad didn't have money. Your mom and dad didn't have money. And that's all you heard. So you start to form this paradigm, this blueprint that you just act out. The second is your modeling. What you saw people do. So the first, remember, your senses, what you hear, what you heard growing up, what you hear today. Second is your modeling. What did you see? When it comes to, work ethic, what did you see? The work ethic of those around you, whether in your religious institution, your parents, your family, whoever you grew up with. Again, what you see creates the paradigm. And then specific incidences. Certain events can happen in your life that then causes it to go from your conscious to your subconscious, forming that blueprint. And you have to understand this. When the subconscious mind must choose between deeply rooted emotions and logic, emotions will always win. Remember, your subconscious mind is your emotional mind. And when your subconscious mind must choose between deeply rooted emotions through events, through what you heard, through what you saw, and logic, emotions will always win. Sometimes what you do is illogical. It don't make sense. But it's not sense that dictates your results. It's your deeply rooted emotions. This is why sometimes you know what to do, but you don't do it. Why? Because your subconscious mind chooses how you feel rather than what makes sense. Everything that is happening in the baby's environment is going directly into the baby's subconscious mind and is forming their self-image. Now, paradigm is a mental program that has almost exclusive control over our habitual behavior. And almost all of our behavior is habitual. The way we eat, the way we spend money, what we do in our spare time, all these are habitual behaviors, things that we have done over and over again. And the paradigm is a mental program that almost exclusively controls habitual behavior. Now, listen to this. Cybernetics and paradigms, how do they relate? Now, both of these control systems and operate essentially on the same principle. And this is going to help you to be able to understand how powerful your paradigm is. They both maintain a definite course of action and will not deviate from the course that has been established. You must alter the paradigm if you desire to achieve improved results. Both companies and individuals have operating paradigms. So whether you own a business right now, whether you're an individual, your business operates in a paradigm that controls the way things happen. And as an individual, you are also controlled by paradigms. Let me give an example of the cybernetics. Think of a thermometer, or a thermostat, should I say, not thermometer, a thermostat. A thermostat is what controls the temperature of the room. So let's just say the room is 70 degrees Fahrenheit and you open the window. What happens is that when the cold wind comes in, it brings the temperature down to around 60 degrees. Now you tell me, write it down. What happens? What does the thermostat do when it detects that the temperature of the room has gone down? Right? What does it do? Think about it. When it's set to a particular temperature, and somebody opens the door or opens the window and the temperature goes down, what does the thermostat or the thermostat do? It sends out a signal that there must be more heat or more fire in the heater so that it can raise the temperature up back to where it is set. I'll give you another example. The automatic pilot on a commercial plane is a cybernetic instrument. Many people believe that the pilot is there to control the plane from start to finish. That's not the case. There's something called autopilot. When the plane, it has a cybernetic system that has mapped out the route the plane should go. The flight pattern is programmed into the plane's computer system. And when the plane goes off course, the cybernetic system measures the deviation from the set goal and corrects the flight pattern. So let's just take a flight that's going from Chicago to Paris. Now, let's just say the plane is traveling and it goes. And then there was a bit of turbulence, what causes the plane to go slightly off course. The second the plane leaves the flight pattern, the cybernetic system is activated and puts the plane back on course. The second it leaves, it puts it back on course. And that's the same with our self-image. Our self-image was a term coined by Maxwell Maltz. He was a plastic surgeon and also studied, psychology. Now, he realized one thing, that when you look in the mirror, there's an image that you see physically. But he also recognized that there's an image that you have in your mind. Now, what he noticed is that when people came to him for plastic surgery, let's just say they had a dysfunction on their face. For some people, when he fixed their dysfunction, everything about them changed. They became more confident, goal-driven, more assertive. But for other people, when he fixed the dysfunction, when he made their nose a bit smaller or removed something from them, they still was their self that had low self-esteem. And he realized that for some individuals, no matter what he did with them physically, if their image of themselves don't change, their results will never change. So we have our conscious mind. We have our self-image, what that has an influence on our body and your actions. And your actions control your results. You have to understand that your self-image is a cybernetic instrument. You're going to realize today how important your self-image is, how it controls your life, and most importantly, how you can change it. So, give you an example. You've seen that you are overweight. During the lockdown, you didn't have a lot of activity and you've put on a lot of weight. So in your conscious mind, you see this and you make a decision to diet. I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to go to the gym. That's your conscious mind. But your subconscious mind is still overweight. In this scenario, what happens? When a person who is overweight goes on a diet without altering their self-image, any weight loss will be temporary. The self-image, being a cybernetic instrument, measures the deviation from the set goal and immediately corrects the course. And the weight that was lost is found somehow. So you lose weight. But what happens is that over time, Your self-image is so powerful that the weight will be put back on. Any of you have experienced this? You've lost weight, but it's come back. It's because your self-image wasn't changed. What about a child who's getting poor grades? Consciously, you ground the child and you make them study. Listen, you're not going out until you study. Now, when a person is receiving poor grades in school, it is an expression of the self-image they hold. The person believes that they're not bright. And why don't they believe that they're bright? What did they hear? What did they see? What incident happened? They, of course, receive a report card that reflects their self-image. So it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. They decide they're not bright. The results come, they're not bright, and it confirms to them, you see, I told you I'm not bright. Now, the parent makes the child give up recreational activities. The parents try to take away the fruits. They take an apple, hoping that the apple will become oranges. They take away these activities, hoping that the child will become bright. So when you take away these activities and study, their grades improve, but only temporary. Why? Because the child has never changed their self-image. So yes, they may improve for a bit because they don't want to be punished, but they will always return. Now, Michael, you're asking me, how do you change your self-image? We've understood that the self-image is so important. It even controls the money that you make. Even controls the money. How many of you have earned the same amount of income for the last 5 years? Ask yourself that. Write it down. Look at your income for the last 5 years. Has it changed dramatically? In the last 5 years, have you wanted your income to double? Many people will say yes. But has your income doubled in the last 5 years? The majority of people, the answer is no. The majority. Why? It's because you have a blueprint, a self-image, a paradigm that controls even the amount that you have. The way in which you can start to change your self-image is by deciding what you want. Deciding what you want. The word side comes from the Latin word to kill off. Suicide means to kill off oneself. Homicide means to kill off somebody else. Pesticide means to kill off insects. Now, when you decide, you kill off any other alternative. Regardless of the results that you've been having up until now, you need to make a conscious decision of exactly what you want and decide what you are prepared to give up to get it. Set your mind to it and get on with the work. You don't have to know how to get there. All you have to do is to decide that you want it. You never change the things by fighting the existing reality. You change something, build a new model that makes the old model obsolete. You're trying to fight the paradigm. But the only way to change the paradigm is to replace that paradigm with new habits. Don't try and fight it. It's been engraved, but you need to start to replace those habits with new habits. Now, I want you all to do an exercise right now as we're coming to the end of today's session. I want you to take 60 seconds to find numbers 1 to 50. Take 60 seconds. Get ready. You're going to find numbers 1 to 50. Whether you're on your phone, just tap it. Whether you're on your laptop, just tap it. And I'm going to give you 60 seconds, 1 minute, to find numbers 1 to 50. Yeah? 3, 2, 1, go. So look for numbers 1 to 50 in 60 seconds. $40 seconds to go. $21 seconds to go. You should be coming up to 45 now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Now write down in the chat box, what number did you get up to? What number did you get up to? Write it in the chat box. What number did you get up to? You get up to? Write it in the chat box. Did you get up? I see 20, 33, 38. Someone said 58. Yeah, oh, you be lying. 16. Now, my question to you is this. Do you believe that I can show you a way to actually do it within the time? Let me give you a system that's going to help you to beat this. And I'm going to time you again. Let me give you a system. Now, what I want you to do is mentally create this quadrant. Yeah, in your mind, create this quadrant. Now, every number is in the next quadrant. So number 1 is in the first one. Number 2 is in the next one. Number 3 is in the third. Number 4, and you keep on going around. 5 is there, 6, 7, 8, and going on forth. Yeah? Let me say that again. Create this quadrant. Number 1 is there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so forth. Now, I'm going to give you another 60 seconds to be able to now go from 1 to 50. Let's go. $40 seconds to go. $30 seconds. $20 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time is up. Now this time, how many did you get in the 60 seconds? How many did you get in the 60 seconds? Wow. There would have been a mass improvement between your first and your second. Now, why is that? You were able to get a system. You have to understand that you are always capable of achieving 1 to 50. The reason why you weren't able to do it before is that you didn't have a system, a mentor to guide you to bring out exactly what was in you to be able to achieve the goal. And this is why we have set up Inside Job Academy. Inside Job Academy, I'm here to be able to guide you, to be able to achieve more than what you believe that you can. Help you to give you a system to help you to achieve your results. And this has been years in the make. This information that's going to help you to achieve it wasn't information that I've just created myself. This has been years in the making, over 150 years in the making. Now, my name is Michael Agyei, as you all know. I was born from my mom, the eldest of my mom's child. 4 of us. We were a lovely family, connected. We didn't have much, but all we had was each other, and we were happy, content. My dad gave us the philosophy that, no matter what life gives to you, you need to be content with what you have. So though we didn't have much, we were still happy. But one thing that I saw in my parents was the fact that my parents were in crazy amounts of debt. They did not know how to handle any money. I always used to hear my parents arguing about money. The reason why we had to be content with the little that we have is that that's all we could afford. Because whatever money came in, whether it was remortgaging, that money will go back to the default blueprint. And that's what I saw. I've always been entrepreneurial at a young age. I always knew that I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. So I went to school. I studied biomedical science, my master's in hematology. I decided to leave my job in 2017 in pursuit of financial freedom, not just for my own, but I knew how hard my parents worked and how they suffered with not having money. So I wanted to change that narrative. But like I said, as a child, wherever you see, though I consciously decided that I wanted to be financially free, subconsciously, my money blueprint was debt. So though I left my job in 2017, I managed to, get into a business where I was starting to make money, got on my feet. But in 2018, I went into a project with someone, though I'd made some money, that simply wiped me clean. I was in so much debt, it was unbelievable. My credit score was so bad that they wouldn't even lend me £5. Or even if I had the £5, I could give them back. It was that poor. Getting messages as a married man, getting out of debt might be easier than you think, Mr. Agyei. We're helping thousands of people. We can help you too. Another email that I had, dear Michael, Melissa, are you struggling with that? I couldn't understand it because consciously I knew that I had to make a decision to be financially free. But my self-image always would bring me back to my state of mind, to my financial blueprint. Until I understood, in order for me to be able to achieve the results that I want, I had to decide that what I saw about money, what I learned about money wasn't my way, it was their way. I had to decide that money comes to me in increasing quantities on a daily basis. I had to decide that the way I dress, the way I talk wasn't the way it should be, that I wanted to become a different person. And when I made that decision to change my self-image, to go through the daily practices, everything changed for me. My annual income became my monthly income, to today becoming my weekly income, soon to be my daily income, aspirationally moving towards it being my hourly income and my secondary income. Why? Because my blueprint changed. And because my financial blueprint changed, I've been able to retire my parents. Yes, they had the wrong self-image. And yes, they grew up in debt. But now, because of their son, they have now retired in Ghana. And that has been a joy to be able to retire individuals who worked hard. It wasn't their fault. I don't blame them. That was their blueprint of debt. You know, and it wasn't just my financial situation that changed. You know, I grew up always being big. My mom used to always say, listen, our family, they were always big. We're all big bone. My mom used to be very slim. She had children and she blew up and she accepted it because that's how her mom is. That's how her sisters are. So that's a normal course. She told my sister, listen, you may be slim things right now, but you're going to be like me because that's how it is. So I've always tried to lose weight and I will be successful. I will do drastic diets and I will lose weight. But the cybernetic system will always bring me back. This was my self-image. Until I found out through my mentors that in order for me to change the fruits, I must change the roots. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to change my self-image, the way I look. And when that happened, everything changed. So these principles worked financially. These principles work with your health, with your relationships, in your career, in your business. If you change the paradigm, your self-image, everything changes. And the power of determination will make you completely unstoppable. Now, with the results that you have, you can either be proactive or reactive when it comes to how you respond. When you are reactive, you blame other people and circumstances for your obstacles and problems. You look at what you have. You blame your parents. You blame your manager. You have to understand, listen to me carefully. Your job does not determine your income. Many people believe that you sucking up to your manager is what's going to get you more money. That's trying to change the fruits. Your employment right now is just a vehicle to get you the money of where your blueprint is set. It's just the vehicle. If you want to change how much you get paid from your employer or how much your business, you need to change the self-image, the paradigm. When you're reactive, you blame other people, your job, you blame your genes. But being proactive means you are taking responsibility for every aspect of your life. Well, today's assignment is this. I want you to take a screenshot of this. It's also going to be put in the Facebook group. You have to understand that your self-image, that you are the author and director of your own movie. Many of you are in your movie of life, but somebody else is the director. When an actor, listen to me carefully. When an actor is rehearsing from a role, do you know what they do? They take the script, they read the script over and over and over again. They think, how would this person think? How would this person walk? What would this person eat? What would this person drink? What would this person do in this scenario? And they embody this person so much so that they win Oscars. Like, we believed you so much. Why? Because they've consciously decided to repeat this information over and over and over again until it becomes part of who they are. This is how you change your self-image. You decide what you want. You write it down. And when you write it down, you take it from the spiritual and you bring it into the physical. When you have it in your mind, you have to understand that when it's constantly in your mind, if you have it in your mind, you can have it in your hand. So your assignment for today, and remember, not everyone is going to do this, but those who are serious about making a change, I want you to write a script 6 months from now in the present tense, living the way you really want to live. Right now, I want you to be very descriptive about it. Play some music in the background, some nice, music that will get you emotionally charged. And write this script. Close your eyes. Write the script of the way you want to live. Not the way you think is possible. The way you want to live. Now, once you've written it down, take a photo of it and post it in the Facebook group, in the Inside Job Academy Facebook group, and tag me in it. Tag me or Sarah in the group, and yes, we will see it. Now, tomorrow, you don't want to miss tomorrow. Day 2 is going to be absolutely incredible. We're going to be talking about what we call the knowing doing gap. Why is it that we know what to do, but we don't do it? We're going to be talking about the morning routines and why having a morning routine is so important. We're going to talk about auto-suggestion. Yeah, auto-suggestion is a concept that was coined by Napoleon Hill and Think and Grow Rich. What is auto-suggestion? And we're going to be looking at imagination. You do not want to miss tomorrow. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. It's been an absolute honor and a privilege to have you here. My name has been Michael Agyei, live from Dubai. And tomorrow, we are going to be here helping you over the next 5 days create a winning image that will change everything. Take care and God bless.